Um, let's talk about the UK service sector, shall we? I don't know how you segue from cranes to the UK service sector.
I think you've just done it.
I think I did, yeah. We're taking a look at how the UK service sector is doing. Since the EU referendum, we voted to leave the EU. Victoria's been taking a look at that morning.
Yes, good morning to you both. Good morning to you. This is a survey that happens every 3 months. It's from the business lobby group, the CBI, and it is the very first one from this group since the vote to leave the EU. Now, it's important because services, the sector that this report covers, are a massive part of the economy. They actually make up nearly 80% of our economy. Now, they cover everything from business and professional service firms like accountancy, legal and marketing companies, to consumer services, things like hotels, bars, restaurants, travel and leisure. Now, today, firms across both these different parts of the report say that even though the volume of business with either the same or even grew slightly in the last 3 months, confidence was down significantly across the entire sector. Well, to explain why, I'm joined by James Igo, who is an investment manager at European Wealth. Welcome to breakfast, James. Now, why do you think that these firms are lacking in confidence if they're still growing?
Yeah, I think the first thing to point out is it's probably quite early on to determine sort of the relativity of that confidence. What we've seen from the report is a couple of areas really. One is sort of hard data, which is okay. So what are the volumes like? What's employment like? And then the second piece is really forward-looking. You know, how do we feel about the economy and how that might change our decision making? I think it's a natural product of the uncertainty that we've been through that there's likely to be a fall-off in optimism. But I think that's probably going to be counterbalanced just by the fact that things are opaque at the moment, and we would hope, you know, through a little bit of government intervention, that we can sort of have a bit more clarity around, you know, how the picture looks for the UK economy going forward.
So we're almost a couple of months away from that vote. Do you think that some of the doom and gloom that we heard certainly before the referendum has kind of been a little bit overdone? Yeah,
there's a really relevant piece of data, which is sort of the GDP, sort of the measure of the economy in the second quarter of this year, was positive. We had a growing economy in the 3 months leading up to the referendum vote, and that's probably quite telling for me, because if we were likely to see uncertainty and, you know, sort of indecision, we probably would have seen it in those 3 months, which gives me a little bit of confidence that you know the picture hasn't changed drastically. We haven't fallen off a cliff. We've still got a healthy economy.
So you're an investment manager. You're looking to manage other people's money. I wonder whether you're seeing any kind of split between the feelings of companies that make their money abroad, so internationally focused companies, which are some of our biggest companies, and some of the companies that make all their money here, domestically, here within the UK. Yeah,
that's a great point. So, you know, in many ways, the UK economy is bigger than the Brexit vote. We're internationally facing. You only have to look at the FTSE 100 to get, you know, that type of exposure and understanding. We're a global facing economy. So really, from an international focus, we've got great leadership in a lot of the industries across the service sector, which is very, very strong. But as I say, I think domestically we remain in good health.
OK, really interesting. James Igo, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Victoria, thanks very much.